Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Okay. Why am I being quiet?
It's an awkward silence.
Oh, okay. This is the Awkward Silence podcast. By the way, this is actually our 15th podcast show. I just checked.
Okay.
So it's not 16, but mine's titled 16, so we'll call it 15 over 16.
We'll call it 358 over 15 days.
Exactly. 15 days
Perfect.
over 65, 446 minutes.
You know what else is 15 days? Kingdom Hearts 3. 15 days away.
You mean Kingdom Farts 3?
No, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ah, okay. Well, are you excited for Kingdom Farts 3?
No, not for that one, though. But
Oh,
for Kingdom
are you
Hearts
excited for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes, I'm like super stoked.
Have you gotten your figurine yet that you...
No, they're going to come with the game and stuff.
How many do you get?
3.
3. Who are they of?
Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and they're in their Toy Story forms.
Toy Story forms.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like when they visit different worlds, sometimes they have to like blend in. So they'll take the appearance of the theme of that world. So for Toy Story, they appear as toys. So they have like, like the jointed like limbs and stuff. For like Halloween Town, they appear as like spooky versions of themselves. Pretty cool. So, yeah.
Interesting. That is very interesting. So Sora, is he the main character?
Sora, yes.
Sora. Okay.
Yes.
So you are on the second game right now?
Yes.
How is that going? Is that
It is
better?
so much better than the first. It's honestly my favorite game like of all time, I would say.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Even Pokemon.
Even Pokemon.
That's hard to believe.
It's not. You don't know.
When did you play Kingdom Hearts as a kid? Like, what age were you?
PS2 era. So like
Middle school or elementary school?
Like middle
kinda?
school. Probably played it in high school a little bit too. But I played the crap out of Kingdom Hearts 2. Like Kingdom Hearts 1, I pretty much played it and like I like completed it like all the way just to like do it. But I mostly played it just so I could understand the story from Kingdom Hearts 2. Because as a kid, back in 2001, 2002, when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out and they were showing commercials, I was like, wow, that game looks really dumb. So I didn't get it. But then 2004, 2005 rolls around and they start showing commercials for Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm like, wow, this looks really good. I want to get this game. So I got the game and I loved it, but I didn't understand anything going on. So I was like, Mom, I need Kingdom Hearts 1. So we went to like Target or Kmart or something, got Kingdom Hearts 1. I was probably like, I want to say I was like halfway through Kingdom Hearts 2 before I started playing Kingdom Hearts 1. So then I stopped 2, played 1, finished 1, and then finished 2, and then I just played the crap out of 2 again and again and again.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long ago. I guess it was. I always forget that.
Mm-hmm.
There's always this game that I used to play on. I want to say it was either PS1 or PS2. I think it was PS2. Wait, let me think. No, I think it was PS1. I never can find it. Hold on, let me see. I want to actually see if I can find this on Google real quick because it was a game that me and my sister both got, and it was sort of like a Final Fantasy like.
Golden Sun or something?
Oh, wait, is this it right here? Hold on 1 second. No, I played Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance. Well, I think this is it. Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
This game was so interesting, and I remember it. Yeah, I think this was it. Hold on, is this it right here?
Well, he does.
Yes, this is it.
He found it. Okay.
I found it. Okay.
What is it?
The game Star Ocean.
Never heard of it.
Dude, apparently it's published by Square Enix.
It's probably when they were
wait.
Soft.
Wait, I don't understand. Is that a thing?
Yeah. They used to be.
Wait.
So they used to be Square Soft. And then they were going to go out of business.
That was a joke.
No, they were going to go out of business. so they made one more game called Final Fantasy, and that's the game that saved them. Hence it being called Final, because if it didn't save them, it was their final game. But that saved them. And then later they merged with another company, I guess called Enix, and that's how they became Square Enix. And Kingdom Hearts 1 was the last Square Soft game. Everything after Kingdom Hearts 1 is Square Enix.
Yo, okay. This game, I don't know why we had this game, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because this game was literally like an RPG, almost like a Golden Sun Final Fantasy RPG game. And it was rated E, but it was definitely by a Japanese developer. It says it was, let's see. Yeah. So on the PSP, it was made by Square Enix. I guess on PlayStation 1, it was Tri-Ace or something. But apparently there's like a PlayStation 4 game or something, which PlayStation
Ocean?
4
that
and
sounds
Vita.
familiar,
Wow.
actually.
Wait, it says 2015, October 28th. It's action role playing. Yeah, it was RPG, single player. And me and my sister played it so much, and I loved it.
Yeah, I remember seeing videos about this.
Dude, we played this game so much, and I just don't know why, because I don't ever remember like asking for that, because it was released in 1998, and though the PlayStation 1 one was, and that's the one we had. It was released in 98. And so like I don't really know why like we got it. I don't know if my sister wanted it or something, but she played video games some, but we played more like Crash Team Racing on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
And what's some other ones we played? Like Ape Escape and all that stuff, and like sports games. So like I've always trying to figure out what this game was called, and I finally found it, and I am finally, this is amazing. Even though I got a 5.8 out of 10 on the PS4. Yeah, it's published by Square Enix, apparently. But yeah, oh my gosh, I didn't know they had a PS4 game. That's insane.
You're gonna get
But
it
it kind of
now?
reminds me of like the Kingdom Hearts style, because
No,
not
even
like when
close.
Well, no, when I was watching you play, it's sort of like that. It was like that on PS1 at least. It was like you have a team of 4, sort of, and like it's an RPG, and you just go around, and it's like the levels are sort of the same when it comes to like fighting, I guess. Like, you know how like you have a level and then you go back to like the menu. It's like a story, sort of, like go back to the menu. Like that's what it reminded me of when I was watching you play Kingdom Hearts. The PS4 one looks a little different, which I would hope, because the game is definitely old. Star Ocean, wow. Yeah, I remember the main character, I swear, was named Claude, like from Final Fantasy.
You mean Cloud?
No, it was Claude then, because I get Claude and Cloud mixed up. I'm pretty sure his name was Claude. Let's see, hold on. Star Ocean PS1 main character.
Just Google Star Ocean Claude.
If this is the right character, I'm gonna freaking laugh.
I'm gonna Google it now. You're taking too long.
Claude. Yep, I knew it. Star Ocean, the second story, had 2 main characters: the human Claude, voiced by Yuji Ueda, and Jimmy Freeman. And
that's such an American name.
Well, that was the English one, and then the Japanese one was Yuji Ueda.
No, I know. It's just so funny how American that voice actor's name is, though.
Yeah. No, that's
hey,
true.
I'm Jimmy Freeman. No offense to Jimmy Freeman if he's listening.
Yeah, Jimmy Freeman. Yeah, if you listen to this, we're sorry.
No offense.
We
It's
meant
just
no.
Your name is
We meant
so
no harm.
American.
It's like Jimmy Neutron, except for not Jimmy Neutron, because it's Jimmy Freeman. But that was a real weird tangent. But it just Kingdom Hearts made me think of that game, and I'd wondered if you had played that game before.
No, I remember seeing like a trailer or something for it back in like 2015 or whatever. The new one came out at like E3 or something, but it never interested me, and I never heard of it until then. So.
Shoot, I might have to see. Like, it's probably like $8. I saw it was like $10 on like eBay. It might be like $8 in the PlayStation Store or something.
Probably.
I have to see, because like I want to see if I still would like it.
Well, I think
because it was super fun.
I wonder
PS1.
how like different the old one and like the newer one are. You know, like in terms of like combat and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just know I loved it when I was a kid, but I really don't know why I had the game. Like, I feel like my parents picked it up at like a yard sale or something. Because I seriously, like, that's not the type of games we played, but it was so freaking fun. Like, that was where that's probably the first like RPG I actually ever played. Because I really, really enjoyed it. But shoot, dang, I remember this game. It was so fun. Holy crap. But you were gonna say something before.
Yeah. So before the podcast, I was watching Game Sins, which is like Cinema Sins on YouTube, where it's like everything wrong with, you know, a movie, or in this case, a game. And it's not necessarily like, you know, everything wrong with what like the characters do in it, but it's like just as a whole, like what the movie does wrong, or like what the writing does wrong, or the plot, or the characters, or whatever. So like an example would be like, like, you know, let's say the main character, Jimmy Freeman. Let's just say Jimmy Freeman is
Jimbo.
Like, he's like trying to I don't know. Let's say he needs to like lock a door, and he like puts the key on a table like 5 minutes earlier, and then when he goes to lock the door, he's like, man, where did that key go? And like it's just sitting on the table, but he just forgets over 5 minutes. Like what? So it's like just stupid things like that don't really make a lot of sense. That's what it means by like a sin, not necessarily like an actual sin, like, hey, you just murdered people. So I was watching the Kingdom Hearts 1 game sin video. That was 34 minutes long. The cinema sins are usually like 17 minutes or less, usually, just to put it in perspective. Although I guess video games are a lot longer than movies. Anyways, no.
So freaking what was the Order 1886? That was like a 30-minute game.
Right. So Kingdom Hearts 1 was a 34-minute video, and by the end of it there was 208 sins. And earlier today I watched Kingdom Hearts 2 Part 1 because apparently the game is too big to be put in one part. So part 1 was 44 minutes long, and it was like 169 sins.
69 giggity.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, it was interesting, and like it actually points out some really like interesting like writing choices, I guess. Like it's funny how like it points out all the flaws, but then there's also like, I don't know if it's just coincidence or like intentional, but like there are some like really like subtle innuendos that you don't get as a kid when you play these games.
Oh my god.
But it was really funny.
There's a lot of stuff like that though, I feel like, in video games and in movies. Like would the sin be considered in like a movie? Like are you familiar with the first Lord of the Rings at all?
Sure. Like,
have you seen it at all or no?
Once.
Okay, so there's the scene at the end where there's where like, spoilers ahead, but if you haven't seen this movie, the best movie like ever created, like from 18 years ago, then hey, I'm sorry, but where Boromir is like dying and like his hand is like on Aragorn, and then like they do another shot and his like hand's not there. It was like a mishap. Is that considered a sin, or is that?
Yeah. Because it's
okay,
like
I wasn't sure.
The continuity is broken or whatever, you know?
Right. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like one of their, how they would measure it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like in video games there's a lot of stuff like that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and for Kingdom Hearts, like so much of it like was made up like as they went along. And they try to like retroactively like retcon things or like fix plot holes that they left open. And like sometimes it works, and then other times it's just like, no. So like they pick on that a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any off the top of my head from video games that I can think of. I feel like they were just older games though that were very sinful because they were bad people. No, I'm just kidding. But because I feel like they just kind of goes into the whole thing where before you kind of just played the game and you had fun and you didn't really care how stupid it was. Like how some of it didn't make sense.
Like the sins don't necessarily ruin the movie. It just points out all like the tiny little blemishes and flaws in it. it's still like a good movie or a good game or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, I wonder. So, one game I can actually think of off the top of my head is Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty. So, I would definitely say its sins were how broken everything was in the game. Like, broken as in, like, really good, not, like, actually broken. Because, made me think of this because I was playing Monster Hunter with Sean and them, and Sean has this skill called Evade Extender, which, if anyone doesn't know, it in the game it makes you evade farther when you evade, and his is like all the way up. So when he evades, he looks like he's like teleporting on the ground. So it reminded me of Call of Duty. In Modern Warfare 2, you had a perk called Commando, and Commando, each perk had a pro version. Commando let you lunge farther with your knife in melee. And if you have Commando Pro, I swear to you, you lunged like 10 yards. And people would just use that, and it was so stupid. And then like there was so many stupid guns in that game. There was like an automatic shotgun that had like 17 rounds in the chamber that killed in like 2 hits. Like you just go around, it's called the Striker. You just go around and like you're like boom boom, and you just kill someone, and you had like 15 shots left. And it was like there was just stuff like that, and then the kill streaks were just so broken. And it was so amazing. What does that even mean?
So Omaiwa Mo Shinderu. It's a meme, but it means you're already dead.
Oh, what is that from?
It's from this like really old anime called Fist of the North Star. But
I remember
it's become
watching that last week.
It's become a meme just because like it's just so funny because like so Nani means what, and people like whenever the dude would like say it in the show, or maybe it's just like this one scene, he would just be like Omaiwa Mo Shinderu, and like the person he's about to kill or about to die, they're just like Nani. It's just like just a meme. But yeah.
Oh, I think they use that in Monster Hunter a lot.
They probably
actually
do. It's like everywhere.
Yeah, because they were showing kill cams and like or death cams too, and they would say, "Is it Nani?"
Nani, yeah, Nani.
Yeah, they it was funny because the great yeah because the yeah that's what it was. It was a meme actually on the Reddit today. They were like, when you're doing the wyvern egg capture, and Rathian comes and it said like Nani, and then it had like his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are really glowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
Yeah, it was really funny. And it's like, I give up or something. And so that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely say that's some sins in Modern Warfare 2, because those were ridiculous. But it was awesome.
That reminds me of a Game of Thrones meme now.
Which one?
Hold on. It's like a comic someone made.
Oh, is it something to do with like the Targaryens? Because I feel like you showed it to me before. Because I actually watched the show.
Here it is. Oh, I love this thing so much. This is so great. Well, if you're on YouTube, we'll post this in the video. 18 minutes or 18 minutes 40-ish seconds, whatever. Where's Discord? There it is. All right, let me post this for you. This is effing great. Oh, I think I've seen this. Good. You can't use that, milady. It's too small. Teleports behind her. Nani?
Oh my god!
And then you have like all like 3 other characters, like Sansa, the pinky dude or whatever, finger or whatever, and then like some other
little
dude,
finger Sansa,
and then you have like Sonic, and they're just like, that speed.
Oh my gosh!
And then the face is at the bottom, and then Arya's just like, nothing personal, TM.
Oh my gosh!
It's so good.
As a Game of Thrones lover, that doesn't even actually happen.
I know, but it's so funny.
It's so wow.
Nani?
Nani. That's just gonna be our thing now. Okay. I found the review of Star Ocean on IGN.
Oh, IGN.
No, on IGN. On Metacritic, it got it like a 50-something% as well.
So is this the new one or the old one?
This is the new one.
Oh, okay.
So I think
it was really bad, right?
Yeah, it was bad. but so I think they have a typo. Wait, no. I don't know. I feel like this is a typo. They called it a JPRG. Isn't it a JRPG?
Yeah, it's JRPG.
Wow.
Good job, IGN. Good job,
you
ING.
Guys suck. God.
Leave it
good
to,
job, ING.
Yeah, leave it to ING, dude.
Come on, ING. Like, so they gave it a mediocre. It says the newest Star Ocean is a serviceable JPRG marred by uneven production values and poor AI. So the pluses are likable cast, decent combat, and the minuses are awful AI, uneven production, much backtracking, and apparently like the campaign's only like 20 hours, which is really short. So JRPG is like Japanese RPG, right?
Yeah. It literally just means it's like made from Japan, and it's usually like anime-ish, you know.
Oh yeah, this is super anime.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it looks like Dragon Quest or something now.
Yeah, Sean has scarred me with acronyms of games because whenever he like makes fun of like whenever he says like he's like, oh, it's a point to click JRPG,
Yeah.
My Little Pony simulation,
a P2C JRPG MMO.
Yeah, I always think JRPG means like junior RPG.
It's for kids, like Club Penguin.
Yeah. Like, so I always think that, and I'm like, oh my god.
I was actually watching videos on like why. Do you ever play like Club Penguin or Toontown or Pirates Online?
Yeah, we talked about this. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I was watching.
I played Club Penguin briefly, and I played Toontown a lot. I was like top meta Toontown.
Yeah.
player.
So apparently those are all owned by Disney.
Yeah, dude, you didn't know that?
Well, like I knew like some of them were, like I knew Pirates was, and then later I knew Penguins was, but then like I didn't know that they bought Toontown, and there was like some other one that doesn't matter because they're all dead now. But like I was watching videos on like why those all like ended and stuff, and like it was just because like Disney was putting all their eggs in like they were basically, or not putting all their eggs, but they were spreading themselves too thin. So they had Toontown, Club Penguin, Pirates of the Caribbean Online, and another one that was like, I don't really remember what it was called, but I don't think it was that popular. So like there's these 4 like MMO RPGs. I mean, I guess they're more just like MMOs, but like it was just interesting to me that, you know, junior RPG. That's what I think of though when I hear that, you know. Like
yeah, no, I totally.
RPG.
Oh my gosh, Joe.
Oh God, what?
Toontown rewritten.
Nuh-uh.
It's literally there's a new one now. If you go to Toontown, if you type in Toontown, you can play, dude.
Oh, I wonder if it's like a fan made one.
I don't know. It says Toontown rewritten.
Let's see. Toontown Rewritten, commonly abbreviated as TTR, is an MMORPG based on Disney's now closed game Toontown Online. The Toons are on a mission to defeat the corporate mind robots, blah, blah, blah. So I think it's just like a remake, like a fan remake. Because there's Pirates Online. So there's like Pirates of the Caribbean Online. And now there's Pirates Online, which is a fan remake of that game.
This is amazing, though. Like... They actually
interesting.
They actually have Toontown.
The game is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company, but instead created by a dedicated team of volunteers who have devotedly recreated Toontown Online. Interesting.
Well, they must have been like dedicated then.
Anyone may play the game whenever desired without any form of restriction, and membership is never required to access all features of the game. That was one of the things that killed a lot of the games, is like membership and stuff.
Well, it didn't kill RuneScape. I can tell you that.
RuneScape's also not owned by Disney, so.
Yeah, it's owned by the X. The Jag X. No, that's really interesting. That's hilarious that it's actually, hold on, wait. Could it be the end of the world? Let's see. Club Penguin rewritten?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, dude. Someone did another.
You're lying.
No, I'm not even kidding you, dude. It's cprewritten.net.
Interesting.
Well, so there's like everyone's just like literally like, what if these are just scams and they like steal all your information?
That's funny because the first like you know how that box where it's like people ask this and it gives you like a bunch of options or questions,
right?
Drop downs. The very first one is Club Penguin rewritten safe?
Oh my gosh!
It says it is
That's
safe
amazing.
to play. You can play it for free and have access to many features. Content wise, it blooms. Well, it is a pirated game, some complex legal disclaimers. It has served to be an enjoyable game for many people.
Interesting.
But so
if you had to,
so one of the reasons
go
Club
ahead.
Penguin died is because Disney stopped focusing on the game and they were doing like more the merchandise. Because like it got so big at one point that like they had like a cartoon, they had like all this merchandise like backpacks, stickers, all that stuff.
Right.
And then they were basically like remaking the game, and I think they released it on like iOS or something. But like they did all this stuff and just stopped focusing on the actual game, and the game died down because like lack of content and stuff. And then that's when they closed it. But I don't know if that newer game is still out. But that's interesting that there's like a rewritten Club Penguin.
Interesting. Yeah, because if you could rewrite a game that you used to play, what would you pick?
Frick.
That's interesting.
Define rewrite.
Like, I want to say that shut down
Because
but,
like,
I mean, there's not
because rewrite in this scenario is just like they're literally just like bringing back the game. They're not like rewriting what happens in the game or anything.
No, I know. Like, so I'm trying to think if I want it to be
So okay, rewrite or revive. How about that?
revive.
Ooh, oh, that's a tough one. Because honestly, it would probably be one of the MOBAs that don't exist anymore. But it's like which, it would either be Paragon or Infinite Crisis. I just don't know which one.
Interesting.
I you know what? I'll say Infinite Crisis because there's a couple Paragon remakes like already like coming out in like alpha and beta this year. So
Paragon rewritten.
no, there's one was called Paragon Overthrown, and then I think they changed the name though. Another is called Core, and then
Core.
Yeah, because like you have like how like your base is called like your core. That's why. And then the other one, it's just a code name, but it's called Phoenix Rising, but that's not going to happen this year. So that's probably not going to happen for a few years.
Yeah. By that time, you probably won't be playing Paragon.
Probably, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, the whole like month of January and February, and maybe even like some of March. It's Kingdom Hearts 3 all the way.
Yeah, that's true. So if I had to revive a game, it's hard. Hold on. It's hard to kind of think of one because I feel like a lot of games I've played haven't really died. I've just played series.
Yeah, I mean, like you can only really revive like online games, because like single player games like Red Dead or like
yeah. Well,
like
if I had to pick one
die.
right now, the one that comes to mind is if they didn't revive RuneScape, I would have said that.
Right.
But they did. But I think if I had to revive a game, that would probably be Modern Warfare 2.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because I want them to make Call of Duty like that again. That's similar, but they just haven't. I wish it could just kind of go back to that, but I know it won't. It's just because. But it is what it is. But another thing I just thought of that I remember someone told me. Did you hear about the Pokemon MMO that they're making?
Like the Pokemon company's making it, or someone else is making it?
I do not know that. I just know that apparently it's supposed to be pretty big, and it's supposed to be an open world MMO RPG that they're making.
Well, there's a few when you Google it.
No, I know there's a few, but I need to ask the guy that told me again. One of my friends from church, but he told me that they're making one that's supposed to be open world, and it's supposed to be pretty massive. They're trying to use the engine from No Man's Sky, like an algorithm. So apparently there's a lot of hype around it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, but if it's not the Pokemon company, then it's probably going to get taken down like within 2 days.
I'm pretty sure it's the Pokemon company. Like,
I don't know.
Because what he told me was it's supposed to take the place of all the existing games. So all the new games. So they're, instead of making like new versions every year, they're going to just add to the world. So like it would be like, instead of Pokemon Sun and Moon,
right.
It would be the Pokemon MMO, and then the next versions would just be an update.
It would just be an expansion.
Or like an expansion, yeah. That's what it's supposed to be like, apparently.
I don't think that's the Pokemon company, though.
Well, if it's the ones that are making the normal games, like that's what he alluded to. Um,
I don't know. I don't think so.
let's see. Let's see. It might be really far in development, like really far out. But I will ask him again on Wednesday. Because that would be freaking awesome, dude. Think how cool that would be.
I just want a Pokemon where like a Pokemon game where it's like battling like in the show.
You've wanted that for like 20 years.
I still want it. Like if they ever do Pokemon VR, that needs to be
Isn't
a
it
thing.
technically like it's as close as it can be right now to that?
No,
to be
it's
honest?
still turn based.
But I mean, like you can still your Pokemon still have a chance to dodge and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like.
But like,
Real
how would they
time. I
actually?
want real
How would they
time,
actually
bro.
do that? Like, how would they actually do that though? Like, you would never get hit.
That's not true.
Like, it would be stupid.
So
I feel like.
okay, here's how they could do it. VR. Like I feel like VR is just like a must if you're gonna have like this sort of like immersion. Next, you would need a very solid I guess vocabulary database. So like these words can be used and like these words are recognized, and if you put these words in this sequence it means this, if you put them in that sequence it means that, and so on and so on. So you would need that because the only downside to this I can see would be like nicknaming your Pokemon. So you can't be like Jimmy use Thunderbolt. It would be like Pikachu use Thunderbolt. But anyways, I mean, you could still nickname him, but you wouldn't be able to call him that. Anyways, so you would have that, and then
Yeah, I could see that being bad.
You would just use like an online connection to battle other people in real life, in real time, and it would be great.
Wait. Nintendo actually having an online connection? That's impossible.
What do you mean it's impossible?
Nintendo's online services are terrible.
They're not that bad.
Have you seen? Yeah, they are. Have you
Maybe
seen
on the
like
Switch, but not the 3DS.
Have you seen like the Super Smash Brothers? Yeah, but the 3DS, dude, is like that's like not. I feel like that's not as taxing and or big of a stretch. I don't know how to write the right words for it, but like all it is it's turn based. So if there's lag, it doesn't really matter or anything. But like, dude, they made an amazing Super Smash Bros. Game, but the online is terrible. Like,
Is it
like,
only bad in the game in Smash Bros, or is it all Switch games? 'Cause there is a difference.
According to Sean and them, they only have Smash Bros. I think for that they've played against each other, because I believe they don't have any other games that really they would play against each other, and there's like so much input delay and like lag on like Trevor's end. But we also might think that Trevor's internet
sounds
is
like
also
Trevor
bad.
needs to get good.
No, but also like Simon's had problems too and
Sounds like
everything,
Simon
and
needs
it's
to get
been
good.
a common problem. But I don't know, dude. I feel like that would be really hard though, because it's like, how would you fight the AI though? Like,
Same way.
I just feel like you would never get hit. Like you could just say dodge, and
Well,
they would
okay,
just
so
dodge every
I'm
time.
not done, right? So you would have like that, like that's like the bread and butter of like the new game or whatever. But then you would still have like the whole like the stats and like IVs and stuff like that. So like, yeah, your Pokemon, could potentially always dodge a move, but they would also have to like, input like physics and stuff into the game. Like this is how like quickly it can fall, or like what happens if it hits a wall or whatever. Like you would have the stats carry over still, so like attack, special attack, defense, special defense, speed, and HP. And you could use speed as to calculate like reflex or like reaction time. So like a faster Pokemon could more easily dodge, or maybe you would just have like your own like a new reflex stat, because that would be kind of unfair for slower Pokemon. And then like you would also have like different speeds for attacks and stuff, and those speeds would vary based on your Pokemon stats as well. So like, a level 90 Pikachu using Thunderbolt is going to be a lot faster and a lot stronger than a level 9 Pikachu using Thunderbolt. But like, you would use the stats to like help I guess, shape the battle. So like, a Pokemon can't dodge every attack, and if its speed is too low or its reaction stat is too low or whatever, then it won't be able to dodge like almost any attack or whatever. So that would be part of it. So then you have to be a bit more creative, like counter with, like let's say you use water gun, so I say counter with water gun because like I know like my Squirtle's too slow to dodge your Squirtle's water gun or whatever.
Right.
And then I guess you could, instead of PP, you would just have like stamina, I guess. So like your Pokemon doesn't necessarily like faint from getting tired, and it doesn't like resort to using struggle, but like you could say like its stats decay as like it loses stamina, and it loses stamina by like moving around, dodging, or using moves, and like different actions would drain more stamina or less stamina depending on what the move is.
Right. Yeah, okay, so think how cool this would be. Now, this is interesting. I don't know if
this is not going to be as cool, but okay.
No, it will be, dude. But I feel like if they wanted to get the worldwide obesity problems in the world, aka just America,
turn us into Pokemon, have us fight
yes,
each other.
we are the Pokemon. We just fight each other to the death. It's just actually like the Coliseum
is that
style.
What you were going to say?
No,
okay.
no. So, dude, I feel like if they've made virtual reality games, right, they can make a virtual reality Pokemon game. Now, when it comes to the coding and like doing the commands and stuff, I don't know how well that would be, or like how good that would be. But if they did, Nintendo, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, here's some suggestions. They should make it to where, so like, if it's on the whatever platform of VR it's on, you have like a mat and stuff, right? Where like it's like kind of like the thing you have for the Wii, you used to have for the Wii, where you'd like walk on it, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Say that again.
Like the mat on the Wii, like the Wii had that mat.
The Wii Fit board.
Yeah, so you have like a big mat, right, that comes with this. So this might have to be like an accessory or a new VR technology, but the game, so this is also kind of scary, but like you have the virtual reality, you start off on an adventure, but you actually have to walk real time to your locations like you would in the show. So like, and you would encounter like, you would encounter certain Pokemon along the way, obviously, and you have to go down roads and you have to go through cities and all that stuff, right? And you'd actually have to walk like the distance, and they could maybe abbreviate it some, but it would give you exercise. So it's kind of like a better Pokemon Go.
Okay.
But like virtual reality, so you actually have to walk places, you get exercise, you're actually going on an adventure kind of like you wish you could when you're a kid. So that way you're not fat anymore. So that's good. And then it's just like a world of Pokemon, and so you have to actually walk. It's not like instances where like you walk to this spot and then like it takes you to another city. Like you actually have to walk places, and you have to go in the wild, and like how wild would that be, dude? Wild. No pun intended. But like that would be insane, dude, because then like it would actually be like the full Pokemon experience. Like you'd start off in the freaking Kanto region. Well, I almost forgot that. The Kanto region, you'd pick a starter, and you'd like, I don't know yet if they would do it how the show is. Like, it kind of follows the same arc as the show. It could, technically. Like, obviously, the towns and stuff would be the same. But, like, you kind of just walk around, and you walk to city, and then, like, if you have... Like, once you learn fly, you can actually fly from city to city. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to walk anywhere.
It sounds like it defeats the problem or the point.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, but like it still would be cool though. I feel like if it was like real time, but I feel like if they had that, dude, people would like never like be in the real world, and then it would start like spawning all these futuristic things that you see in movies where like people live in like simulations and they like never get out of their chair, and like but that's why you do that, because you'd actually have to walk places, and you can't just be fat. Like I don't know if I'm trying to think of that. Have you seen the movie Gamer?
Is that the one with Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I'm glad you know who was in it, though.
It's because like as a kid it looked cool, and like, oh, maybe I'll see that. Never saw it.
It's definitely not a kid's movie. I think it's rated R. Like, it's pretty graphic.
Mm-hmm. I say kid, so it was like middle or high school. I think it was high school.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, I think. But that movie was crazy weird. But like, it was like sort of the same situation where like this guy made a virtual reality world and you go in, you have avatars and like, but you like fought to the death,
And
kind
like,
of in
the
prisoners.
avatars are real people.
Well, yeah, the avatars are real people, but then like they had levels, and the levels so they let ex-cons and prisoners like that were still in prison, if they beat the game, they got to be free. But the last mission was like almost impossible or pretty much impossible. So Gerard Butler was in prison for like the wrong reason, I think. And so the whole point of it is like him going through the levels, and if you survive, obviously, and it's like broadcasted worldwide. So like, but it's really graphic and all this other stuff. But it's weird, man. So I just feel like the world would like go really weird if that happened. But it's an interesting idea. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, they already have like those VR like treadmill machines, so like I just think it's funny you brought up the Wii Fit board, which doesn't move at all. And like
I know, but I was saying like
I don't know how that would like track steps, like
you just step like in place kind of. And
okay, but how does it
like,
know where to go? Like, how would it know if you're going forward or backwards or whatever?
Like you'd use the little joy things to.
Well, then what's the point of stepping?
No, like you turn right and you step and you turn. You go the way you turn, and then if you go the other way, you turn. So like, so like think about stepping, right?
I see. So you use like the joystick just for your direction. But
right,
stepping
and then you step
makes you actually move forward.
But you're right. They could do like the treadmill thing. That'd be easier.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that, but that would be easier then. But yeah, dude, how wild would that be? Would you tell me you wouldn't want to do that?
And is this in the Pokemon world?
Yeah, like it's Pokemon. Like it's literally.
I mean, like
Pokemon.
So let's just combine the two then, because mine's VR, yours is basically VR. Like
I know that's what I was saying.
You know what we really need though? Freaking Pokemon Snap VR.
I don't care about that.
What?
I want Pokemon VR.
I'm
I don't care about taking pictures of Pokemon.
I'm into this podcast right now.
Oh my gosh. I don't care about taking pictures of Pokemon.
You
that's
should.
Not. No, that's stupid.
No, it's
like,
not. It's
I want to
great.
actually see. This is why you would be Ash, because you would never win because you're too busy taking
What do
pictures
you
of
mean,
Pokemon.
bro?
Ash would be the one that takes pictures with his Canon camera in the Pokemon
I don't
world.
have a
Gary
Canon
would be.
camera.
But that's what you're doing with Snap. Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, but you're playing as Todd Snap.
I know, but I don't care.
Not
Pokemon
Ash.
VR World, Monster Hunter World, Pokemon crossover.
You know that's
VR.
why they added like the picture mode to Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Why? So you wouldn't buy Snap?
No, because like people keep asking them to make like Pokemon Snap like 2018 or whatever, or like remaster it.
2018.
But like
Pokemon Snap.
they're never gonna do it. So they're just like, well, to appease the fans, we'll give them like this really crappy like picture mode in Sun and Moon, and maybe that'll like tide them over for like another 10 years.
Yeah.
We will not be silenced.
We will not be silenced. Well, Nani.
Nani. God, that
Yeah,
Game
that would be so funny though, if they made that. Like that would be epic, dude. Like you would buy that, right?
Maybe I'd probably buy.
And
mine
you would
first.
never go to work.
I know, right?
No, it's the same thing though. Like it literally, I would put your features in the game.
No,
like
no,
you'd have this.
No. I'll put your features in my game. Okay, let's not get this
It's the
twisted.
same game.
No, man, it's my game. It's not your game. It's mine.
Yeah, I've already developed it. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
Okay, so another question
Well,
then.
I own the copyright.
Would you want to play? Okay, would you want to do Yu-Gi-Oh VR? Because that would be amazing too. Like you have your actual holograms,
And like you play the cards and like they actually show up as you.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Actually, I feel like they could already do that.
Well, they do. I've
now.
told you this before. They do AR at tournaments and stuff.
Right, augmented reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they could actually do that if they built a sort of a system like Pegasus did, except for not actually cheating the system to where like you play like 95-star monsters on turn one.
Right.
That always got me, Duelist Kingdom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like what about that though? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I feel like it would get old really quickly though. Just because like part of what makes it so awesome in the show is like even though they're like holograms, they still create like explosions, like shockwaves, and like cause wind
they would do that
and stuff. Like how are you gonna cause wind with just VR? Like you would need,
Dude,
you would need someone to like blow on your face for you.
Dude, they would. They would have an all-out VR experience for Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's why I think it'd be better if it was like just AR,
Yeah, but you would never get tired of saying, "I play Pots of Greed," and then like seriously, like how you would like we would just troll people at Battle Kingdom, or what is it, Battle City. Like we'd go to like this
Kingdom.
Battle City. They would like hold some tournament and they call it Battle City, and we would just troll people the whole time. You, and Sean would just troll people. It'd be so freaking. Sean would like steal people's locator cards. Yeah, Sean would like steal. Yeah, we'd all dress up and we'd wear like
locator cards.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
that's great.
That'd be so freaking funny. Now I really want them to make this stuff. That's a boy can dream.
Yeah.
A boy can dream. Technically a man, because I'm a man, not a boy anymore. I'm a real boy. But yeah, so there was like another thing I was going to ask you actually that was not on the topic of that was like 30 minutes ago that I thought of, but then I was like, ooh, I want to ask about reviving a game. But I'm trying to remember, because we were talking about doing, let's see, we were talking about Kingdom Hearts and all of that. Oh, wait, I think I got it. So if you, let's see, it's something about making a game, I think. So what is your favorite, this could be like the last question before we get to Metacritic, right. But what is your favorite story in a game? I was going to ask you that at the beginning, but then we just kept going.
That's a tough one, actually.
Yeah, so what's been your favorite story in a game? Because I was gonna bring this like joke and be like, Joe, it's story time. But I didn't, because we just started talking about other stuff.
That was like
I'm not.
1 out of 10.
I'm really sad. I'm really depressed.
I don't know, man. There's some good stories.
I know, that's why I'm asking you.
I think you should answer first.
That's not fair.
Even though you don't have an answer to your question.
Yeah, I do. I have an answer. What are you talking about?
I don't, bro.
Okay. Favorite story in a game. I'm going to start ruling out games that were not my favorite story.
Yeah, just about
That's the best place to start. Exactly. But don't tell the audience. Right. So Call of Duty is definitely not the best story.
Obviously.
Even though Call of Duty 4 was pretty cool. Spoilers. And I'm just going to start saying spoilers when there's no spoilers. Just because. Seems like the cool thing to do.
Nani?
2019. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be like the thumbnail for this one. We're gonna have like the lights,
the glowing eyes. Yes.
Yeah. In between the A's. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Monster Hunter, not favorite story. It's not. Doesn't really make sense.
It makes sense, but okay.
I mean, it makes sense, but it's not like. So things that are coming to mind right now. I'm just going to kind of speak out loud. Uncharted 3,
but
Last of Us. Did you even
play the first two, though? Or the last one?
I played I played Uncharted 2. So Uncharted 2. It doesn't matter. It's still really good.
The whole story, though.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Okay.
But the second one was really good. So played that. I would say The Last of Us, and I know I haven't finished that, but I'm like over halfway done, and so even if I haven't finished it, it's still an amazing story, so that's why you don't have to technically finish the game if you already know it's like really good, because I don't really like get disappointed by endings of stories. I kind of just like the experience of it, and like like the cinematics and everything, so Last of Us, Far Cry 4 was pretty good. I actually beat that. What was the first one I said? I said Uncharted 2. I feel like there's one I'm really missing right now though that like. Oh my goodness. RuneScape definitely not. Oh my gosh, I know there's one I'm missing that I put in a lot of hours in and actually beat. Witcher 3 story is really good. I'm like 75%. Don't worry, man. I told you. I'm going to complete all my games.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. So I know there's one more that I'm forgetting. I have not really played a lot of the Batman games. Haven't played a lot of the Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man. Dang it.
There's one. Destiny is actually kind of up there for me. I not necessarily the first story, vanilla one. But I really liked The Taken King. I really liked the I said Taken King, right? Taken King. I liked Forsaken. Those were probably my top two from Destiny. Let's see. That's all I can really think of right now. I know. I guess I was thinking maybe Skyrim, but Skyrim's kind of bland. So yeah, I would say that, and then Fallout 3. So let me narrow it down from Fallout 3, the Destinies, Uncharted 2, Last of Us, and oh gosh, Killzone 3 was really good too. Shoot, dang it, there's so many. But now I'm not gonna put that one in. But so Last of Us, Uncharted 2, Far Cry 4, Destinies, and what was the other one? I don't think it matters because I forgot it. Okay. I would probably have to say that The Last of Us is probably my favorite story because the acting is amazing, the music is amazing, the gameplay is amazing in the story, and it all just like makes sense, and you can actually like feel the emotions of like the characters, and you actually like want to know what's happening next. So that would be my pick for my favorite story.
Okay.
What about you? I bought you 4 minutes.
I was hoping you'd forget about me. So initially, I was torn between Kingdom Hearts, Batman Arkham series, and Spider-Man.
Sell out. Just kidding. Okay.
But I've decided to go with Spider-Man.
Interesting.
And here's why. I haven't finished Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, so I can't talk about that story. Destiny, the story is the concept of what it could have been is good, but what it actually is not. So that's off. Batman and mostly, well, I guess just Batman. It suffers from like a lot of like pointless things, I guess. Like some things in the story feel like they're not necessary for the story to progress, but like you're supposed to do them anyways. And that's true for like all three games. Even though like the overall story is really good. And then Kingdom Hearts, the story is good, but it's kind of a mess and a little bit confusing at times. So
it sucks?
It doesn't suck. It's just hard to understand and a bit messy. But that's why I choose Spider-Man, because like it's clean, it's very good. It actually made me cry at the end. So yeah, it made me feel the feels. So that's why I say it's the best.
Okay, well that's a good enough reason. If it made you cry,
I mean, like, yeah. What other game makes you cry?
When I beat you in Call of Duty.
Not if I activate Pot of Greed.
Oh my god. Nani!
Nani!
Okay, so I'm ready to receive your Metacritic reviews.
This is interesting. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into this. It's a bit of an older game, released in 2012.
Lord.
2012,
the movie.
On PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. Metascore of 88, user score of 4.1.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a role-playing action RPG. It's rated M for mom. And it goes like this. Blank picks up the story 20 years after the events of Blank. Mephisto and two other people have been defeated, but the World Stone, which once shielded inhabitants of the world of sanctuary from the forces of both the high heavens and the burning hells has been destroyed, and evil once again stirs in Tristram. Play as a hero from one of 5 distinct classes. Players acquire powerful items, spells, and abilities as they explore new and familiar areas of sanctuary and battle hordes of demons to safeguard the world from the horrors that have arisen. Do you need more?
Is this Diablo 3?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, I know those towns, and if I can't remember these towns, I'm going to be so sad.
I didn't
and it said
wanna,
Tristram, and I was like, oh my god, I
was
this.
debating whether or not to say Tristan. I'm like, I might as well, because he might not get it otherwise.
I think I would have gotten it from me saying heavens and hells, but Tristram helped me. But I was also thinking you were saying, what was the game I just thought of that I thought it was initially
Star Ocean?
when you started? No, not Star Ocean. Freaking JRPG. No, it was I don't remember. Keep going. I'll think of it. But I got it right. 1 for 1.
The freaking Game of Thrones meme. All right.
Nani.
All right. Here we go. Wow, this is actually a really short description. All right, so
Perfect.
Metascore of 93. User score of 8.6. Action, fighting. Let's see. Frick, this description sucks.
This is great for
Hold
me.
on, let me see how I can censor this, but not completely just destroy it. All right, hold on. I got this. Here we go. I'll pull the summary off of a better summary off of Wikipedia.
Oh my
because,
gosh.
Because literally, the one on Metacritic is 2 sentences, and it's just full of spoilers that would give it away.
Okay. So,
a crossover fighting game developed by Bandai Namco Studios and Sora Ltd. And published by Nintendo. The game follows the traditional style of gameplay, controlling one of various characters. Players must use differing attacks to weaken their opponents and knock them out of the arena. It features a wide variety of game modes, including campaign for single player and multiplayer versus modes.
Super Smash Brothers?
Which one though?
The Super Smash Brothers Ultimate?
Yeah.
Yes. That was easy.
Yeah, I know. Okay. You're not getting this one though.
Okay, I'm ready.
Metascore of 92. It is not Star Ocean.
Nani.
User score of 9.2. Role-playing console-style RPG. That's a new one. Rated T for Tom. It is on the PlayStation, and I guess it was re-released later on iPhone, iPad, PC, and PS4. But it originally came out in 1997. And
Star Ocean.
it is not Star Ocean. An epic adventure across 3 CD-ROMs. Oh yeah, back when games had CDs. What begins as a rebellion against an evil corporation becomes much more, and what erupts goes beyond imagination. With vivid landscapes, lush 3D animation, and environments, Blank's multi-million-dollar masterpiece is like nothing ever seen before.
What's the genre again?
Role-playing, console-style RPG.
And then, can you say who made it or no?
Nope.
3 CD-ROMs on the PlayStation.
Yes, this game was actually 3 CDs.
I feel like I had this game.
I don't think you did.
So if the publisher gives it away, then it had to be a popular game.
It was super popular.
Huh. So... I don't think that was made then. Can you read the description one more time, and then I'm going to guess.
Yes. An epic adventure across 3 CD-ROMs. What begins as a rebellion against an evil corporation becomes much more, and what erupts goes beyond imagination. With vivid landscapes, lush 3D animation, and environments, blank's multi-million-dollar masterpiece is like nothing ever seen before.
Interesting. 3 CDs. I don't think Kingdom Hearts was on PlayStation.
It was not. It was on PS2.
Okay. Final Fantasy.
But which one?
The original one?
Like the first one?
Yeah.
No.
Final Fantasy 2K96.
That's not a thing. But
Final Fantasy, like, there's like 40 Final
Well,
Fantasies.
I'll give you 2 more guesses. How about that?
Oh
There's
my
only
God.
15 of them.
Final Fantasy 2.
No. You got one more guess?
Final Fantasy.
Give you a hint.
It was 1997. It's not the very
I'll
first.
give you a
one,
hint. It's not 3 either.
but it wasn't the very first. It wasn't the very first one. So it's not 1, 2, or 3. So Final Fantasy 7.
Yes.
That's the only one I could think of because that's the one I thought of, like that was popular.
That's
but
like the most popular one.
But there's 7 before. There's 6 before that.
Yeah.
When did it originate?
While like a
Lord.
thing.
I was like, my initial
I think
thing.
the early 90s. Because
My-
before 7, they were all like pixel art looking, like like how like the early Pokemon games were. It was like sort of like pixel art looking style. They were like that basically. But then 7 is when they like jumped to like actual like good PlayStation hardware where they could use like 3D animation and models.
So is Final Fantasy Online 15 Online? Is that like what is that?
Final Fantasy 14 Online is their MMORPG. It's like Elder Scrolls Online or WoW or whatever.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, so like they did it and then like it sucked. So then like they fixed it. They basically sort of like wiped it and like rebooted it and like rebuilt it and made it better. And then they called it Final Fantasy 14 Online: A Realm Reborn.
And then Final Fantasy 15 came out on PS4.
And like Xbox and stuff, yeah. At least I think it's on Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, it says Final Fantasy 1 came out in 1987.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. On Nintendo, PlayStation Portable?
Not
Wait.
the PSP, no.
It wasn't.
It was probably
That's not-
ported later to the PSP, but
Dang, dude, that's insane.
yeah, it probably came out on like the Super NES or something.
That's what I thought it was, and then I was like, this can't be like what it is because I didn't think it was that old.
Right.
But apparently it was.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I already said that like the reason it's called Final Fantasy is because like that was their last game, and if it failed, they were done as a company.
I love how they just like shot up.
I know, but yeah, so like you're not wrong in saying that there's like 40,000 Final Fantasy games because there's 1 through 15, but then there's also like the spin-off and sequel games to some of them. So there's like Final Fantasy 10, and then there's the sequel Final Fantasy 10-2.
See,
And then
I'm surprised
there's like 3 Final Fantasy 13s. There's Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn or whatever, like the MMO, which doesn't really count, but you know what I mean. There was going to be Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and that turned into Final Fantasy
there
15. And then there's like Final Fantasy Dissidia, which is like their version of Smash Bros, but like with Final Fantasy characters. There's a lot.
So this is Square Enix's mantra. Then they just don't know how to name games.
What do you mean, bro?
I'm like, oh my god.
They clearly know what the word final means.
They clearly do.
But I'm excited
gosh,
because I think their next game, once they're fully done with Kingdom Hearts, is going to be the remake of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm probably going to get that.
Did you play Final Fantasy VII?
Nope, I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games, but
So what would make you get that one?
just because it looks cool, Cloud's a beast, and it's like the most popular one in the whole like franchise.
Dude, you're just playing Monster Hunter then. Dude, you want to play Final Fantasy, dude? Just kill Behemoth.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy actually has a story.
Dude, Monster Hunter has a story, bro. Commander
No,
Spray
it
Tan, bro.
doesn't.
I got his armor, by the way. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be the end of the podcast. Before Joe does the outro, say a few things real quick. So make sure to follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/probablygottthis, and Joe the Joe. So twitch.tv/Joe the Joe. Little update on my streaming. I am pretty close to acquiring what I need to build my PC. So I'm actually not going to be streaming probably until I do that, because I'm streaming like Monster Hunter right now. I might stream like Magic as well, which is like a card game. But my streams aren't very optimized right now when I stream from my PlayStation, and I don't like using the share button on PlayStation because it's not really that great. So I'm waiting until I can actually fully have like all my overlays good and all the like everything synced up right. So that'll start hopefully soon again, because I just want it to look good. But until then, I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube and everything. So make sure to check out my Monster Hunter video. It'll probably be in the description of this video. But yeah, it's my announcements.
I like how you like plugged
Joe.
your like the Twitch, but you're like, yes, I'm not actually gonna be like using it.
I will be soon,
Yeah, no,
probably in the
just-
next like 2 weeks or
It's
so.
just funny to me. It's like, yeah, make sure to follow me on here. I'm not gonna be active at all, but like, make sure to follow me.
I might be active in the next 2 weeks, but a little bit. But it's not going to be the same days, because I'm trying to build this computer, and I finally sold my laptop, so almost have the money to do it. So yeah, I just want it to be looking good. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
over to you, Joseph.
Yeah. So I'll be streaming Kingdom Hearts 2 pretty much until January 29th. My normal schedule for streaming is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I've also been like streaming other days as well, just because like I'm only playing the game, like the story anyways, when I stream. So that way like it's on the internet and people can watch me experience it and stuff. So if you want to like see that, you can just follow me, twitch.tv/JoeTheJoe, and that way you know when I'm streaming, when I start to stream. Or just catch me Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and be lost. That's fine. But it's also been fun though, because I've been doing so like the game in Kingdom Hearts. They have like recorded dialogue. You know, like they hire voice actors and they'll actually like record dialogue that you just listen to. But then like when they're done with that, sometimes they need to like say some more stuff, but they don't use recorded dialogue for it. They'll use like little text bubbles. So I've been literally for every single like text bubble that's important in like a cutscene, I'll do an impression of the character saying it. So I've been doing that the whole time, and I'm not even halfway through the game yet. That's why I keep going because like sometimes like it's just like I talk so much, I guess. But yeah,
you do.
recently I
just
did
kidding.
Winnie the Pooh, so I got to like try that, which was really fun, but I don't think it was that great. But yeah, I guess I could like try to say that here, but I don't.
You could.
No, I can't do it. Never mind.
It's okay. We'll leave that for the next 20 episodes later on down the road. I hate it.
Would you like to get a smackerel of honey with me?
I hate it so much, dude. You're gonna anger our listeners. Remember, they hate our voices.
I can't do Piglet though.
Gosh.
Yeah, I wish I could do
Okay.
Tigger. That'd be a good one. Anyways, yeah. So if you want to see more of that, check out my Twitch. But until next time, or I guess until Adam's video, I guess, or just the next podcast. This is a really bad outro. I'm sorry, but
Sky, I forgive you.
I just have Kingdom Hearts on the mind, you know. But I hope you guys have an awesome day, night, whatever. And until next time, always remember to have faith, be great, and we'll see you guys later.
I hate it so much.
Make sure to
Bye.
enjoy a smackerel of honey.
Oh, I'm gonna kill Joe, guys. Don't worry.
Nope.
All right, bye.
Bye.